Once again, I know my mic on. Dang it. Switching around all this stuff. Well, anyway, let's start again. Hello, Flo. You will notice I don't have my mic on again. This is real. This is not AI. Unless we programmed AI for total idiocy. Because video games are video games. Digital software. Why do we care? Right? Because we haven't had to. In fact, for the most part, you don't care. The only reason you want a different game to play is because the old one ran out of things to do. AAA games, man, if you used to be able to get... I remember when you'd read on Metacritic, yeah, about 20 hours, you know, with that replay value. Maybe 40, the Fallout series, things like that. Lots of other games extended those hours. You know, really, 60, 100, sure, why not? I haven't even heard mention of it because so long ago, games had a very short gameplay. I mean, I played all the way through Sonic in one day. Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega. All in one day. Well, I was at the end boss, and it wasn't mine. Okay, so when you got Sega, you got Sonic with it. We were in Korea on a U.S. military post. My buddy Schneider had gotten a Sega for Christmas. He hadn't even played it yet, but he plugged it in. He said, oh yeah, go ahead. I nearly played Sonic all the way through by the time he got back off duty. And he pulled the darn cartridge before I could finish the game. I thought it was funny. I finished it later, and I think I'd finished it earlier. But I was doing a speed run, which was nearly unheard of back then. Ah, the cats. Now, a big point, I'll have to grab a cup of coffee too, a big point of what is going on with PAX Dei is like what you see here. A little late because I was typing into Discord about the very same thing I'm speaking of now. You see me get up and go to the door to let music in. I have 7 cats. I'm real. That's who I am. I'm not a presentation. This is the tactic. I've watched lots of video reviewers. I can name them all. All of them love PAX Dei. The thing is, their crowd moves on. And so they might play PAX Dei in the background, but they always have to stay up with what is going on. They need to move forward because that's where the ratings come from, right? Oh, ratings, right? Views, likes, commentary, feedback, engagement, all those things that make a channel successful. Well, I'm not here to be successful on YouTube, though I'll probably be here for as long as PAX Dei is. And, well, PAX Dei suddenly disappears, because such things do happen, although I would hope, heaven forbid, the Father, Almighty Father himself would prevent, and the Lord Jesus Christ would bless it. Why? Because PAX Dei is an opportunity for people to play together, which is not typical in MMOs. Let me get a cup of coffee. Wow, Leroy. It is absolutely amazing how fast we are booting into World. Now the shaders and preloading all do it before we load in. You will see that bar if you're getting into PAX Dei for the first time, or very often just because. Well, why do I say that? Because the plan originally was that you would see less of it. But who knows? No, I do not have any experience coding video games. In fact, do we even make video games anymore? I love calling them video games. I do. Wait, digital software experiences? Multimedia high-definition entertainment scenarios. I don't actually like to get hit with the trees, though it doesn't really matter if you do. Give or take. a little bit of maneuverability restriction, and maybe a slight inconvenience to your workflow. So, right, I was telling Shiado, S-H-I... Is that toxic? Yeah, this person, who, I don't know, False Ink, didn't seem to mind their English. I guess mine's, so close to, I have no idea. Anyway, you don't see a lot, but you see another luminary there, and, Pepe, who were, like, hey, don't you get it? You're you. You don't need a story. You don't need a tutorial. I wrote a big old letter. But here it goes. I thank you for having patience with this. Is our time up already? No, it's nearly 12 minutes. We have a couple more minutes for me to strive. Johan, you're a natural. Why did it go up like that? Because I put that archery target right there. That tree was not doing that before. And I just wanted to prove a point. It pivots over. Never mind. That's what I do. I look closely at Pax Dei. I look right under the skirt. I shine my shoes, and I stick them under there. I know. The reference is keen, because this is one sexy baby right here. Pantsuit heaven. No cat girls, though. Now, if you're into being you, and you're tired of having to be something else, and having to remember what that something else is, or ignoring it altogether because it's meaningless, well, you're free. Huzzah! Huzzah! The fun is doubled. How does she say it? The fun has been doubled. You're you. There, you have a head start on being you. Oh no, let's get the big ones. The big ones is less chopping, more wood. And so therefore more experience while you're getting that wood. You don't have anything on you, Johan. Wow, you have too much junk on you. So, when it comes down to your experience in Pax Dei, no. Am I going to go through the UI? Well, there isn't much to go through. Am I going to point you to the lore? Well, I don't exactly enjoy the lore. Am I going to point you all the towns and cities and tell you places where to go? Well, there are things there I want to show you, and it has only to do with the people who have built there and what they have. Not what Pax Dei has. We're going to walk through the same forests and the same scrublands, but you'll meet people and see people. Well, you might not meet them. It's not exactly easy yet, but it will get better. They must. What else are they going to do? What was it? What was it Eltari was saying? He often does me... Does there... Oh, dang it. No. Sometimes. No. Anyway. Whoa, you guys. Are you... Oh, too low. They're cheap. They're very cheap. Oh. Nah. Not you. Are there any more in the bushes? In the bushes of love. A chicken feathered duck thing. Now, I said in this thing, you know, maybe I was right. I don't know if I am. It'd be funny if I was, and I'd purely enjoy it. That when I first saw Pax Dei, I was like, oh no, X-Gen game. These guys are going to die. Because there's only 45 million X-Gens in America. And I don't know how many are in Europe. It's probably smaller. Or all depending. I don't know. And those are people born from basically 65 to 80. Or close enough to that. All the Karens are from the X generation. I know. My mom is named Karen with a C. And I know other Karens that are not anything to do with that whole Karen thing. Birds are a new change. Don't think this is something that, oh, he's just, there he is, just shooting birds, the quackers. The crackers shooting at quackers. Yeah, well, maybe that could be true. I keep forgetting where they are. Oh, dang it. They're right there. Got one. Second. Oh, dang it. AA batteries. No, no, no. He's gone. You have to hold the arrow already down or you don't even have a chance. It's thrilling. I never get any of those. Have anyone? Yes. Yeah. Am I firing? Oh, I have flint arrows on me. Good, good. So I was like, man, those wood arrows are doing great. In fact, wood arrows were doing a lot better before the upgrade. Now they're acting like arrows that you've made off the ground. Where are you? There's like 2 over there. There's a couple up here. Yeah, you learn the pattern. It gets a lot easier when you're doing chores for your clan, because they're going to ask you to. Did I get 2? Anyone flying toward me? No, 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 no. Dang it. Those are those over here, aren't they? Those were easy ones. Oh, and the other ones went too. Like, you can't get them through the trees. They're so sensitive. Okay, it's off and on when it comes to sensitivity on these things. As you can see, I shot 2 on the ground as long as I caught them early, but one's off in the distance there, and one's over here that you barely even got a chance to see. They left the ground near immediately, as soon as me approaching the first. Now, there are many things like that, like deer. You hit one, the other one runs. Maybe that's a little bit different. Let's see if I can pass this tree's alpha. His buddy's like, what? Or her buddy. Oh, wow, that's a good run. Sometimes it would be nice if deer just kept running. That way you really had to get hot to try to take both down. Because you can't shoot them on the run, of course. I know it's kind of sad, but they never saw it coming. So it's like they're like, oh, well, I'll go back and see if my friend's still there. Bam. They never get to see that disappointment. I care. In fact, I am very empathetic. I'm an empath. How do I know? Ooh, would you watch a YouTube video? Actually, no, I haven't. I've seen those thumbnails, though. The military determined that I was. Well, formally. And several other things. Because they wanted people who have that capacity. Because 99.9% of people do not. And when they have you listening to others and hearing everything they say, they want someone with a great amount of compassion and sobriety. Not that other people are lacking in that at any detriment. It's just some people, oh, actually not some, an extreme few amount. Is that them out from the bushes over there? I'm going to hold this arrow like I'm a superhero and I never have muscle failure. I do forget, there's pears, and these are the geese. The geese go down easy. In fact, I should be using wood arrows. Oh, here's a question. Someone had in Discord. When you have this order, which order are things used in? Might be a question if you're like, well, you know, I only have so many flint arrows, or, you know, I have more expensive arrows. And I would prefer if I used my wood ones, you know, right? Just because that's the way it is. And so, man, 31 feathers so far, pretty good. And you get bones from the birds, otherwise no meat. Oh well. So you don't have the early forms of, you know, Paxi fried chicken. So, if you put your arrows like this, you see, like in crafting, if you stack your wood up in order, you will see it consume the wood in order, starting here and to the right, left to right. I don't want to say that because a lot of people have, it's just from here to there. A lot of people have an opposite. They're actually very used to looking things the opposite way, and they might look at their inventory the opposite way. I don't know if you know, or you, what, top down. You're very used to that. You're used to going up and down. So in this case, made in a European country, it's just left to right. So it consumes left to right. So if you put your wood arrows there, and you put your flint arrows there, then you... I could have put them down... Let me do that. No, I want to put them up here. Then I'll put them down the toolbar. The toolbar is an interesting thing. It's like extra inventory that's not actually counted as our inventory, but it is. If someone gives you a full inventory of something, they're probably not including your toolbar, because they wouldn't expect you to travel to their place with an empty toolbar, or be willing to dump the contents of your toolbar out to receive whatever it is that you are picking up from them. Do you see what I mean? Now, Pax Dei XM was mentioning this, of the birds, that he changed one character, and you listen to her and you start getting qualms listening to her. It's too long, too painstaking, and I listen to it out of politeness. But typically, if it wasn't Pax Dei XM and the effort he puts toward Pax Dei as one of these, struggling idiots who support this game. Sorry, I speak for myself. Not Pax Dei XM. But does that mean I hold you in as low a regard as I do myself? I guess. No, I hold myself in very high regard. In fact, if you listen to me, you know that. You know that. But I do know at 18 minutes that if you're still listening, maybe there's something you want to say. And when I'm doing a live broadcast, which I am doing, right? That'd be wild if I wasn't. Sometimes I'll actually be smart enough, because my chat's down. My chat dock. And there is chat. And if I flip it on, I say, oh, there's someone actually wanting to talk. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Anybody want my phone number? I mean, you get me on the phone. That's all you get. Anyway, you can talk to the cats. And there it is. Who are you in Pax Dei? Well, I'm me. Yeah, we watch your channel. You're not just this surface dude who yells stuff. Dang it, I was trying so hard. Dang it, he moved. There. Up. No. The opposite way. I thought there was one going over me, but you can see how useful it is. Now, man, I guess if you have a very serious bow and arrow, very complementary to each other, perhaps you will be. I did damage. I waited too long to run up on the blood. Sometimes you wonder, were they behind another tree? Were they somewhere else? They were. Okay, so that's what I get for talking. I should say to myself, Ochre Beach. Oh, well, I was behind that tree branch there, and I was focusing through a knothole. Yeah, I got excuses. You don't need excuses. Where are you? Oh, they blow the rocks. Okay, they take off so much, I always don't get a position on them, right? Yes. Medium armor and working it up has been a priority. See, I am knocking out the wood arrows, not the flint. So there you go. If that's the priority, you could actually put what do they say? Slug shot, or slug phosphorus, phosphorus shot. You could do an order, right? You'd have a pretty empty inventory, but you'd be ready to pick up all that stuff you got from whatever you were unloading. Okay, there seems to be a sensitivity. Oh, dang it. They were flying away. I just didn't look around fast enough. Here, I did a long shot on this wood arrow. Man, that would be one badass wood dart. Isn't there a boar up here? As plots move around in Pax Dei, as populations rise, you will be noticing animals moving around. Because, let's just say there's 10 animals. There's more than that. But just say there's 10 animals. Whatever kind, just all, whatever you need. And, where are you? Are you a couple? Yeah, they act funky, man. It's like they're looking right at you. Whoa. Okay. Wood arrows. Dang. We gotta... Butt, belly, beak, boom. Oh, you see the arc? Horseshoes and hand grenades. Horseshoes and hand grenades. Yeah, now I'm on the arrows that'll actually work with long shots. I guess I was just proving the wood arrow. I will not forget that, dear. But I guess I was just proving the wood arrows. I mean, well, you can see where they are, right? Right behind me there. That goose was there. There's 1, 2, 3 arrows on the ground right there. Do you see them, folks? Do you see them? 1, 2, 3 as I was trying to mortar shell my way out there. And they were just dropping at the end. They do have a very hard drop at the end of their telemetry. At the end of their flight. Good, good. I have an extra space open now. That's what I wanted to realize there. Now, we were talking about being you. Oh, come on. Flint arrows are expensive. Oh, come on. Dang it. That was... Oh, well, apparently a miss. I try not to be a little bitch. It was a miss. There's more up the hill, as you can see. Getting one a pop, getting two, that's exciting for me. It'll get better. The longbow has a faster draw, faster release. Did I? In the water? I saw a goose walking on the water, coming right at me from the other side. There. Feet began to run. A pounding in my brain said I don't want to go, or something like that. I could get one all the way out here. It's pretty optimistic, isn't it? Yes. And there's still some in the bushes. I need to remember that. Now they're all going to fly. Oh, okay, above the water. Ah. He would have hit the... I don't think he would have hit the water. Retrieving in the water might be interesting if you cannot stand where it is they fell. Now Johann, as far... Well, let me just get this done. Oh, because I'm just thinking on the fly here. Johann, as far as skill, isn't that high. In fact, I've been grinding up Johann and keeping it home just so we get a head start in carpentry. And now we're kind of at the long run of carpentry, level 20 and above, where you start looking at what everybody else has been looking at. And I am going to try to remain in denial for as long as possible. But how many bloody shutters do I want? And driving up the blacksmithing skill or having Mortitwai keep up with that regard. It's just another thing I need to do in order to try to balance the crafting. As we can see, under U for your uniform or whatever, utility. Bows, I'm level 5. About to hit level 6, but still level 5. Getting all these birds helps me through the bows a lot faster than shooting a boar now and again. And like I don't even know if once a boar hits your shield once, I've measured between letting him hit your shield multiple times and letting him hit your shield once. I think that in the total, it's just having used your shield, you get that 23 or whatever points as you get it for each item. It's an interesting measure. For me, it takes a closer look, and I'm sure lots of people have looked at it closer who have had the time. Hand spears nearly up there, but light armor, you see, have not worn any heavy armor. The light armor I have gotten up to level 10, which is a rule of mine. Getting medium armor then up to level 10 is the next rule of mine. And then getting into bronze armor and getting it up to level 10 so I can wear the next stage of armor, so I can wear the next stage of medium leather armor, and I can wear the next stage of light linen armor, which will have a 2 by it. And has cooler stuff associated with it, right? And then I get other things and abilities, like instead of shooting these birds one at a time, I can sneak up on them and then do an area of effect. Well, let me let you figure that out. You be you. Now, swords, you need to get up to level 10 in order to use the iron sword. Es muy importante. And then there's the unarmed skill. Punch out the boars. Just punch them out. Punch them out, punch them out, punch them out, punch them out. Every opportunity you get, or run up on birds and punch one out. It's actually very effective. I'm serious. Run up and punch them out. You might need a little bit of sprinting and make sure your stamina's up so you can just get right there. But you got to get in and swing. And even if you swing while they're flying away, if you can swing before they leave your screen, they can drop. Now, armor smithing and stuff like that, but blacksmithing 15, 17 on the butchering, charcuterie, which is chartery, carpentry at level 20, cooking 9, fletching 9, jewelry making, whatever. And baking, man, that's got to be done. There's some good stuff there. Alchemy's got to be done. There are some very good things there that will keep you alive up against heavier enemies and help you out to get things, maybe grab a few things at a little bit lower level than you should be there, helping you, move along and give you a bit of a thrill, that little bit of dopamine you might be missing since you've joined PAX Dei, since you got your wood cutting up to 21, mining up to 21. Try to keep these two equal. I do say that. Try to keep these two equal, however you can. And Johan, tailoring and stuff like that, we'll all lend a hand with it because we all need to make linens. Whether if we have a person who's making linens for us in our clan, or we're alone and making linens for ourselves, you are either doing this a little bit at a time in order to advance through, make one of each, do a little bit of material grinding. You might be, I have to learn the new balance. They're working with the crafting, and it used to be hail and well met folk wine. Do we have a folk wine already? Okay, good. I haven't missed anybody. Oh, man, okay, so back to being you. Well, let's talk about me. I can't talk about you. That might surprise you. Back here, several equals several. Someone was saying, where is it? Where is it? Good morning. Where is it? I do not cast law. Someone was saying something. Someone was saying something. Talking about, these guys are having a good time. I like the people who role play, talk about their experience in PAX Dei, their daily lore, what you personally are going through in PAX Dei, and, somebody was saying something about not to buy their goat mask in the market because they were using it for something. They're like, yeah, my goat head. Someone was talking about how expensive it was. I prefer a way to tell by about how to do the time fossils built next to the Petra. Dang, I better 41 tailoring. 41 tailoring. I think that's a joke. Never mind. You don't block him. No kidding. Dang it. So someone was talking about, never mind, a goat mask in the market, and they said, please don't buy it because they were using it for something. And I'm like, Are they using it to mark where their market starts? Do they put it at such a high price that it just serves as a marker? Or that, because your market doesn't start anywhere. I was just totally, I was like, what? Because I saw all this before. Did we lose it? Yeah, we don't get the lag REITs has, as someone says, but the only lag you will notice in REITs is because we have so many buildings here. Yeah, I love going to REITs, but I don't like how long it takes to load all the placeables, right? You know, yeah, I'm not going to name my valley lest it gets popular. I live far away from the Petra. I don't like having to see shacks or towers of industry, right? Hey, this is good. OFC, then those people moved right across the way, so I still have to see it. Finally about to cross the bridge to Plandem. Petra LOL, such a run, breathing heavy, and it would be. You have to hold your finger down forever. Avon seems to have lost pop since the free weekend. A lot of homesteads have gone amiss at least. This trial is supposed to last. The first trial would be a wave, but everybody's supposed to be able to get it, and you're supposed to be able to get it 90 days later. I'm gonna have to, that's what the announcement was. El Tari mentioned something expiring, and I really want to make sure what he's talking about, because we haven't had a free weekend lately for anything to expire. Downs a bottle of mead. Finally made it. Well, if I had something nice and sweet to drink, a honey mead, I'd love to hang out in a local tavern and have a few drinks at the end of the night and talk to people about general things. Right? That'd be fun. I mean, I'm not going to play the video game while getting sloshed, although it might be fun to go through a dungeon. I wouldn't want to disappoint anybody. You don't have any weapons on you. Oh, hand-to-hand combat. Here, unarm that. Come on. Johan, punch him out. Punch him out. Sock him out. Wait, you wouldn't be getting this much blood. The blood thing. Our battle effects, do you see them? Do you see our battle effects? They're very subtle. What am I packing too little of? You can go away. That's going to be rough animal hide. Boar sinew. And the Bulgakis. Okay, so Pax Dei is another thing too. There's a lot of what to throw away going on. It's true, there's a lot. Oh, resin. Man, resin or bones. You can get bones anytime. These carcasses cough up bones. Coughing up headstones, blowing out headphones. Step up to me, you wake up in the dead zone. House of Pain. So, candle. Seems to me you live your life like a candle in the wind. Alright. It's chores. It's chores. They're in your backyard. Your backyard. It's the corn from Shmo Yoho. It's corn. So yeah, I think Pax Dei might be. Hey, looking at the crew, where it comes to the older core members of Mainframe Studios, they're X-Gen, and they did things like Eve, founders, originators of Eve, Rainier Hovigson. Yeah, they're right. I do have it written down, of course, because it's out of respect. Hodderson. Rainier Hodderson. Maybe he's X-Gen. He doesn't look older than I do. That's not an insult, Rainier. But, maybe it's X-Gen. People who could just get a thing and do it. Second Life was like that. If you've never heard of that, but that was a total guideless tour through everything. Myth of Empires didn't have any kind of tutorial, as Shiato was saying. I played that game many hours. There was no sort of tutorial. Well, I can't remember anything, and who cares? You start picking up sticks and you run from dogs. Dang it. Up, 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 up. You know, there's a chance. In heck. Pax Dei has been an excellent experience. But you being you is the challenge. If you're used to an experience that tells you who you are, no, you're going to be at a total loss. You are at a loss. You're at a loss now. You won't even know what to do when I tell you it's a game about you being you. So, you know, I don't know what to do for you. Though, there's hope. Even if you just can't get over the fact that you just have no idea what to do. You don't want to do these things unless someone's screaming at you that you have so much time to do it, or there's so many you have to collect before you don't have to anymore. And then you get that, you know, glowing little poof, and you go to a different level, and now you're a magic other thing. Whatever it is you're being. Running from an enemy, or a missing royal character. And there's thousands of you running around, and you're all part of the same story. You actually are the same story. Running around, being the same person. Red Dead Redemption, I guess, you can choose different characters in the storyline, but GTA, you're basically the same person. I don't know. I'd have to catch up on all that. Excuse me, I have ducks to kill. Goosey heretic. Speaking of Canadian geese returning, man, something I would never decide to do without the personal supervision of my children. Tom Green. Tom Green, 12 hours ago, posted a video out of Ottawa. He has a dog with him. He's definitely using his celebrity as an excuse, and he's making a mockery out of anyone who would come to see him, because he spent the whole time. Spent the whole time there doing something I'm about to mention. Really, right between you two? Oh man, wrong way. He just made fun of everybody with a job. And I thought, well, okay, so he's still a Canadian, but what's he doing in Ottawa? Because as he explained himself, he spent the last 20 years in LA. So I'm like, great, he's returned. I like Tom Green. But he's returned to Canada as a stinking liberal, crotchety weed grower. He grows weed in Canada now. Probably why he moved back. Dang it. Had that tree though. Got him. Dang it. Coming at me. Is it? I thought it was. Definitely the silhouette. There's more though. Don't fake yourself out, boy. I do go back out of camera once in a while, but that's not how life is. Life is over your shoulder by about 5 feet. Isn't that how you see yourself walking down the road? And I'm left-handed, so I'm already just so pissed that my equity hasn't been addressed. I mean, really, I exist. I don't have to color my hair and say I'm an alien. I'm just left-handed. Let's not fire any more into the alphas over there. Those bushes are guarded by. Someone's gonna go flying out from behind me. Goose heresy. When you have them all around you, the audio works for nothing. The audio cues. Once you've culled a few out, I know there's a goose right in front of me. Once you've culled a few out, you can actually hear where they're coming and going from. Of course, we already knew these guys were here. They do move. They have a timer. Oh, dang it. My last arrow goes into the dirt. No, 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 no. Ah. So close. When I started first playing Pax Dei in verse 1, at 42 minutes, have you heard about the rule 42? Why the answer 42 in A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? How the rule 42 was how you get rid of people like me who talk all the time and irritate everybody. I'm not an irritating know-it-all. I'm a notating irritol. So, because I certainly don't know it all. In fact, as soon as you look up anything I say, you will most likely know more than me. You best take a picture, 'cause I won't remember. You best take my picture, 'cause I won't remember. Don't want a copyright infringement. I know those sweet tones of D for play. Totally sea walking around here. I mean catnap walking. Even though I had to spell them with a K, someone used the catnap already. After a couple resets, a lot of my names were used. And so I had to change how I spelt my avatar's names. It doesn't bother me at all. I know who they are. Oh, yeah, man. I'll tell you what. Oh, get him. 2. Another. Nope. Oh, wow. Totally coulda. I mean, sometimes you can miss a tree alpha, man. If it drops a goose, you go for it. Hey, you can make flint arrows all day and all night. The long wood stalk is one of the last things on your chopping block you can get experience on before you hit the heartwood stuff, which will happen soon enough. And if you make a lot of round stock, you get there faster. Heck, that's another way to get up in carpentry. A lot of people say that once you get up to level 20, the best way to move on without making all that heavy and heady stuff is... Man, 2 on the ground. I'm just so thrilled. 2 stacks of feathers is a big deal. It is. All those bone fragments. I could have like a whole stack of bones going back. But no, there's time for other things. I could have thrown wood down and picked up bones, because I could just chop down a tree and get more wood. That's one thing we do. It depends on who you are, what you value. I want to hunt, so I'll keep the arrows. The bones are going to make a lot of glue. I have a lot of bones already. And I have a lot of carcasses to break down. This is all very interesting, I know. Why did I have you there? What do I need the plank for on the... Where are you on this? So your basic fletching table, as you've seen before, and everything else, some people are opening these up and finding them locked. But it's theirs. On their plot. Video after video, I've shown you the time it is taking for us to get our permissions in line once we log in. This can be very disenchanting for people who have an hour and a half, even 2 hours, but they're spending 20 minutes and then going off and getting distracted, just doing the chores, which Mainframe might go, yes, our master plan is working, but they are disenchanted. They did not get what they wanted to get done, and when they get back in the world, they're finding out they have to just start there again. And maybe this glitch, bug, feature, major issue of losing permissions is stopping them every time from doing what they actually desire. Is it that Mainframe is your typical Scandinavian company that's trying to organize freedom? I mean, they are socialist and communist in their own way, and apparently people want to say it's not in a Marxist way. I'd like to see proof of that, but, whatever. How Marxist can people actually be before they start losing their children and all that other stuff? That's all I have to say about that. Now we can make a little bit more here. A little bit of rough bow staves, the long wood stock. Yeah. That sounds good to me. Now, can Johan make any traction on the long wood stock? No. So why bother? That's why we have a backup. Gonna have to feed the bunnies after this. Well, you gotta feed bunnies, man. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't need that. What do I need? Oh darn it! I see. I keep looking at this rough bow stave. Like, yes, I can make a ton of those. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do what I do. These glue bird feathers. These bird feathers are the straight and normal ones, and you'll be like, well, where do I get those? You make them from feathers themselves. If I open up restore feathers down here, it's on hard for me. Not a good thing to do right now. In fact, doing these wall-mounted archery targets or the standing archery targets on moderate, as you can see, that's a bad idea too, because they take 400 straw, which is a heck of a lot of reeds, and if you lose it, you're going back out and picking a lot more reeds. Now, if you need straw to make it up through carpentry, well, bully for you. Bob's your uncle, huh? Voila, as we say. Do 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 do. What am I doing with all this other stuff on me? It's moving day. Or many kind of moving days. We're doing all sorts of things. In fact, I probably need these things somewhere else, better than where I'm putting them now. Do I have any? Because you know, lighting, other artifacts, very important. Yes, doors. These panels, they only fit certain windows, so it's really funny putting them in place. Took me a lot more time than I thought it would. Did not get them out of my inventory. Artwood, I already moved those, didn't I? Dang it. Can't be lazy. This whole shop is going to be torn down, and then I begin the other thing I plan to put here after I build the small outbuildings that will contain it. You might ask yourself, do we use these gems for anything? The citrine you do, I believe. The garnet you use a little bit of. You just use a little bit of it. You really just use a little bit of it. How much? Not as much as I'm keeping. These I haven't even found a use for. This, of course, I have. The onyx you need to keep around. The opal you need to keep around. This Auramore you used to need to keep around, so I imagine you might still. And I can't remember using anything for these yet. It's higher level stuff I haven't seen. When it comes to these, you will use the Blizzard Stone a couple times, maybe 3 or 4, just for friends. And everything else, I can't remember. Maybe a little bit of obsidian for a small lower craft that's very unessential for any real purpose besides vanity. But the silver ore you get from Nice stone, and that's one thing I want to get out and go doing in just a moment. It becomes important if you want silver plate sets. The thing is, to open a silver ingot in your forge, I think you need to actually get an Inquisitor to drop it. Is that wrong? I can't remember opening it any other way. This is all Morty's stuff. Used things. Oh, I've been burning out Candy Twist stuff. So you've got to stay. I'm on swords now. That's so exciting. I'm on a much better shield now. That's why I didn't have them directly on me. I'm burning my way through this axe, which means I actually have to select this axe while chopping, or I will automatically select the iron chopping axe and be chopping at softer things that I don't need to be wasting that axe on. Bronze hand spear is always a thing, and there's the two-handed spear. These are all things I need to remind myself, I've got them out of my case, that I need to work up and get to level 10. And really, when you ask yourself, well, what should I do? The first thing you should do is get a bronze sword. Get the bronze sword, work your pointy stick up to bronze sword. It'll be the first thing you're allowed to make, because the bronze spike is actually a higher thing that'll come by a little bit later and can be wasteful if you try it early. But the sword is the first thing you'll be able to make. That iron, the bronze broadsword. And then you get up to level 10 in that. Then you make your iron. These bronze hand spears, both two-handed and bronze spear, matter a lot. If you've never seen this before, you've just forgot. But I doubt how can you forget? So you have hand spears here. One of the top things, just level 5, and that's basically how far he got with the pointy stick, as you can see from the wear and tear on his current. But as you go down, you light armor and all that, you see a couple other insertions, maces. There is great maces, and there was something else they just apparently combined. I already forgot what it was about maces. But pole arms, right? We're going to look at something really quick. But swords, they're staves. That is your magical staves. So, and your shields. Keep that up. Keep working on those shields. Keep them on you. Be disciplined. But to drive home to kick a dead horse here. So you have pole arm skill on that two-handed bronze spear, and you have hand spear skill on the bronze hand spear. Now, one thing, if you look at these abilities that are under them, swift jab, barrage, and intercept, and for the other one, heavy thrust, impaling strike, and overhook, there are other things. A couple of these bind, a couple of them maneuver, and a couple of them are just full blow. Wow, a little bit of clicking artifacture down there. Is the light moving? Wow, that's exciting. Are we... I never had architecture before in Pax Dei. Artifacts. Or artifact... No, artifacts are... Never mind. I don't know if that's really a good thing to call them. More stuff here. Okay. Now, Altari was mentioning something very valid. Of course, well, one thing I can talk about at this time, or want to talk about at this time. Everything he says is really actually valid. So, well, it is. But, so anyway, if you would like to debate it, I am open to debate anything. I am always willing to debate. Probably the scariest thing about me. Anyway. I need hooves. Oh, baby. Do I need hooves? Hooves glue comes first. Get as many hooves as you can before you start breaking into bone glue. Why? Because it's great experience off the hooves. But they come after. I know, look at all the bones I have. They come after, because you're getting them with goats. And a little bit with deer and stags. So, but yeah, they come later than boars. My mouse is moving very fast. I usually a little bit steadier mouse. Well, why don't you adjust the speed? I know. I can adjust it like with the DPI, which that's like slow, baby. I don't know if I can. Well, maybe that'd be great. Maybe it's a new experience. I can't help myself. It's a new religion. Oh, I'm talking for free. I can't stop myself. It's a new religion. Simon Le Bon? Anybody? Oh, you thought I'd say Duran Duran. Pshaw. Right, bunch of furnishings, bunch of furniture. Some of the storage would be lovely. Right, but I do have a couple good things. Gonna put this in the case. Someone was saying they thought baskets were just for decoration. I feel for them. I feel for you. Well, not because I love you, but I have love for everybody, even if I don't like him. No, I don't love everybody. People who say that are lying. I have love for everybody. God made all of you, assembled you in your mother's womb. If you ended up being a horrible person, well, I can't love them because they can't love me. Oh, I don't love them, so they can't love me. That's probably true. People just like to think they have the capacity. We can keep going with that. We can talk about that. Where did I put that? Man, just guessing where everything is such a joy in Pax Dei. So these storage and containers, there was talk in the background of Pax Dei before it was started, but when it was being presented, when it was just being glazed and hyped in Discord, where they were like, we want to have, where, yeah, you wear aprons. They had aprons, by the way, in verse 1. But you could wear aprons and stuff that would give you bonuses to your work. Also, that there would be implements and stuff around you that were obviously implements of a higher crafting skill, so therefore they'd increase your work level by having them around, like bonus objects, but they'd also be decorations, doll housing with buffs. It's like if you could plant a mushroom and you get a buff from it, which would be strange. I could put all my tools in here. No, I'll put that. Well, that stuff. I put that in you. I'll put that. Ah, good place. So I do. I only store things in certain areas that should go in those areas. It's important to me because, well, it's not a mess. Sure, you can keep track of it, but you feel pretty bummed about yourself after a while if everything was just this little crap show. And I do mean crap show. We're going to make the corners in here tighter so it's just like real places. Just like real places. There we go. I don't repeat myself to remind me where to edit. I just repeat myself to emphasize the fact that it's funny. So I was watching Red Green. No. I was watching Tom Green in Ottawa. No. Okay, I like him. And I find him entertaining to watch. And he wasn't actually doing conversation or, saying anything he'd like to say. He was just playing off the crowd and having a good time. Which was mostly just actually pretty damn bogus. Well, I'm going to admit it. I'll admit it for him. It was bogus. Go ahead, watch it. It was only 13 hours ago now, which is pretty unlucky to mention it. But I don't believe any of that. Johan, we need this. We need that. We are keeping the bow on us. And all that such thing. All that such thing. I know, it's very exciting. Where did I put all my wood? And I gotta put the meat away. Put your meat away. Of course it's mine. Leaving your candle right in the middle of the wash basin? No. But to look around you and see objects that just don't smack of other things. Objects that actually look like they belong in a heavy industrial look. Unfortunately, as you see in the chat, you might get that heavy industrial look right across from you. Even, sitting out here on Lakeside, we get the big stone houses, and well, Isolet's place is here. Not that his was industrial, but it is a big 4-story job there. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, perhaps he wanted 5. And then you have the big towers on the hills that are not industrial. Here comes the sun. You can see it flashing on the hillside as we have a slow server. There needs to be more divisions. More divisions of time. In fact, days should be longer. How long are days in Pax Dei? What do we have, 16 a day? I think they're an hour and a half. I could be wrong. You can tell how much I pay attention to those little things. And it is, they are little, because the sun goes up and the sun goes down. The deliberator says, question, question. Question, question, I have a question. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Secret, secret, I have a... I can't remember that. That's been too long. Can I do it? Should I do it? Are we all being sucked into this? I had to be different. No, it's not being different. I'm actually trying to find out what's... Great role play. Great role play. Now, do we have two? The Deliberator started this. The Deliberator really needs to get in. The Homesteader is still wondering if they should repeat their message. Is that a heart? I used to think it was an ice cream cone with a funny squish on the top. Well, it's sideways. Well, there we are. We've reached the end. What, are we a bunch of yahoos? No. No. Time for Teletubby bye-bye. Time for Teletubby bye-bye. No, no, no. It's not yet. Not yet. Oh, there it all is. Mordetwai. Ingenious. Was that question 2? Aurora was late. Now, if someone puts up my symbol, I'll take it as flattery. As I would always. First and last and always. Sisters of Mercy, anybody? Okay, Johan, is it time to go? We need to get... It's exciting, I know. No, with the mage. You get to find out all who's on, though. See, now, this would be a great time to be totally up on Japanese. It looks like the guys, the square heads in Gumby, the blockheads. They'd have their eyes. They did funky things. Looks like Gumby characters. A mind is a terrible thing to taste. I don't have any more room for these. Do 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 do. Secret, secret. I've got a secret. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Now, personally, if you are going out in the boonies. Oh, there might be some copper up there. I should bring this just for fun. I can throw it away. What? We got emotes? Honey. Do we have emotes? Do I have emotes? Is it a cut and paste thing? Huh. Hold it. I gotta experiment. Because if it's a cut and paste thing... No, this won't... It won't work. Do-do-do-do. It says no. How do you do emotes? Won't do that. I know, I'm having fun now. You see, the big thing about this is we've expanded chat a bit. And we do have these where... Oh, we can't put those, can we? Mua. Right. Oh, here they are. The K emoji. Bam 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 bam. Classic ASCII icons. Right. Oh my goodness. What is that? What is it? Can you copy it? crazy. Electric car charging. What the heck? How in the heck do you make that? Oh yeah, I'm having a great... Folks, we have discovered something new here. Someone's falling asleep. We have to do something fun. Can we cut? Can we paste? Web search? Why in the heck would you want to do that? I hope no one's here just wondering what in the heck I'm doing. There you go. So, I'm so cool now. So, where's the tutorial to tell me how to do that? No, I just, I didn't. I figured it out. Have I ever done that before? No, I've never posted an emote in the chat here. I'm serious. So I just figured that out. Maybe it's the next generation thing. What else can I say? What else can I say? Do I really need an axe on me? I might. No, I can't do hawthorns with this. And that might be a thing too. Because I need to get more heartwood. Like, make up your mind. You can't. Pax Dei is a beautiful place. There, I'll just take light equipment. Don't need you. Leave you up there. Let's put the beef in the fridge there. A little bit of deer. That deer is precious because you get tallow, suet and tallow, where you'll end up with lots of lard from the animal fat. The suet and tallow, however you guys want to say it, that's how I've always said it. That's my bad upbringing with country people. That's why I have missing teeth. So, total lack of, man, it's been hot today. Total lack of cat traffic. So now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I gotta run out and get metal. Now, up into the hills here, do you have any map marks there, Johan? No, very undeveloped. All the way up through here is a trail of several iron nodes, and then up through here, there's several more. My interest is out here at the quarry, where we get wrought iron. I'm not going to go surfing over Icelet's place, but I am going to check by Twist, which has been, unfortunately for this thing, rather useless. I put a bunch of stuff there just because. Wow. Just because. Well, that's his other building. Gonna punch you. Gonna punch you. But that's his other building he's laying out over there on the back wall from his redeeming queue. Your redeeming queue maxes out. It's best to find out what that looks like before, yes, come on. Hand-to-hand combat. Got him. That's so gross. But look, 47 points. That's just... I need a skinning knife. Do we have a stick? We need a stick and a stone. Why did I drop my skinning knife? Oh. Yes, yes. We will rock goose. Hit him so hard he doesn't know what to do. So now we need to find... Oh, I have an axe. That's one thing. Oh, come on, Johan. Why are you treating me like I'm crazy? When they go down, they bark a little bit more. I should have lost one. Did I lose one? Oh. How many of these do I need? I can't remember. Did I lose one? So insulting. Am I gonna master it? Master Crafter. Master of crafting is making your knives. Alright. Yeah, I think I lost the goose. It animated out on me? Because I seem to get... Maybe it took the other one and just eliminated it when I didn't have the skinning. Is there still one back here? This is something... Okay, I might as well have purposefully done this. Is this one still here? There. Okay, so even near these stones... Okay, if you've heard the conversation, the geese are funny. They disappear. If you can't find your geese, it might not be because you forgot where they were. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you might not have to blame yourself. I swear they're over here. Well, I don't actually. There is a group up here, though, isn't there? I saw some geese walking on the water, coming right at me from the other side. I need to listen to that song go. It's a good one. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Go. Oh, not... Oh, too soon. Too soon. I whiffed it. Okay, you gotta watch it. There's some peasant. And man, the pheasant... Excuse me, peasant. The pheasant... Give you those whole feathers. Dang it, and they took off on me. You jerks. I'm gonna go beat up a pig. Hand to hand. Hand to hand on Porky. You hear the baseball bat noises? How do I know they're baseball bat noises? You got that sound. Ah! Even really swing up in the air if they are still close. Your neighbors might be looking at you funny. And that's one great thing about Pax Dei. You have neighbors that might develop thoughts about you. Oh, it's going back up. They're back. They're not going anywhere. Okay, well, not going anywhere I can see. You. Look at all these birds. I put... It's a big deal. So, as we go through this, I've been talking about basically why you're here. I wanted to get in whether Pax Dei is short on empathy. You see, when you have a community-based sandbox, social sandbox, people shape it. People don't shape it with grieving and fatigue, and that's what we get in parallel games, where most people's engagement is just simply toxic. You don't believe that? Well, that might say more about you. It doesn't say more about me because I am speaking the facts. Well, it says more about the facts. Dang, that goose. Look at him. Arch, 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 arch. No, too... Did you see how... Look at the arrow still falling. Cute. You guys. Well, you cannot swing with the bow. That's one thing, you can't strike with it. That's always disappointed me. Because you take a lot of hits because of that. Though the guards can't do it, they break out a dirk. Oh, come on, you guys are all fast. They break out a dirk and whack you with it. And then they go back to their bow. I used to think they hit you with the bow. It was just kind of just a fast, strange animation. where their bow goes one way and their hand comes out and they whack you with a dirk. Or something like that. That's dirk. Not anything else. Lots of wonderful touches in places. No, when I walk through the Golden City, I can't say that everything is great. There's a lot of things. And to think it's all wonderful, that'd be kind of strange. Yes, I'm looking. Yes, I could jack myself, you know, I could, never mind, I could zoom out. But I don't. I should even be sprinting down here. Oh, look at that big crowd over there. I didn't even see. Didn't even see these guys. Okay, well, I'll know better next time. I will. I will. I'll know better. I'll go punch out a pig. Hitting those birds, though. One hit, that's a lot of experience. Don't be shy. Where'd your piggies go? There were more up here. Thought at least a couple more. There might be 3 total in this area. You gotta run up and slap them in the bottom. Whack! Then they get mad. Now, for all this slugging, you know, 23 XP, but just for a point, probably the last point. Wrap this up. Thank you for your patience. Because what I wanted to do with this unarmed, that's pretty good, huh? So 210. Let's see what we get for the next pig. If you're here, I thank you. Wow, we're at an hour 18. Let's get this done. Because, really, aww, come here. 164 he hit me with. No blocking, 119. They can really drill you. I mean, you can lose yourself with one bore. I mean, you mess around. Now, 23. Hand-to-hand combat. It's 210. Unarmed, that is. 233. You only get 23 no matter how many you hit. No matter how many shield blows you take, no matter how many arrows you put into that boar, just put 1. If you have 2 coming at you, put 1 each. I have not seen any more experience for hitting them more times. Just the fact that you use the bow, you get the experience. Debate me. But the numbers are right there. I haven't seen any evidence of it being able to be any way else. I think there's a third one over here. Not that it matters. I could whip out the shield. I could whip out the sword. That's right. Yes. Dang it, you guys. Oh. They're out of there quick, man. Those guys got some launch. It is like Taco Tuesday goose launch. They just go whip like they're being sucked into space. You know, 14 on that, but how much did I get on that unarmed combat? What if you were a level 20 unarmed combat, level 40, and you went into a duel? Well, you're doing 8s, right? Let's get more. I'm going up a level. That was the point. I gotta have something for you. There's always something with these. Look at this. This place has been this way for a while. 2. Oh, come on! It was right there. Never say die. You. Why don't you just use your sword? Because it's not an unarmed skill. They're down the way, aren't they? Just gonna run in on them blind. No stamina there. Oh, dang it. Yeah, too late. Look at them, man. These sources. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Yes, 2? Or is one going to disappear? Is it going to reanimate and disappear? So 94. And I got the skill. You better harvest that stuff. You know, I better. I really don't want to prove that they disappear or not. So, where were we? Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Now we're up to 700, right? 400 increase. I think they've upped that a little. I gotta pay attention. They might have upped how much experience you need per level. Was it something else before? Maybe it was Mainframe who had my account deleted and got rid of all the evidence from the past. Because I had recorded hours and hours of every change they made and how it affected our play. Could be. One more. Oh, dang it. God. So 47. That is a lot of experience. You get 23 for the boars. So consider this your tip of the week. If you haven't, if you thought, oh, maybe. Well, now you just saw me run through it, do it, and kabloo it. You know, I just 34 feathers. That's so many. That's so darn many. And I can make a whole lot of more stuff. A whole lot of more. A whole lot of more. Tom Green. Just more than 13 hours ago in Ottawa. No, it wasn't worth it. It ought to be fun if you watch it. He has a therapy dog. That looks like it's very uncomfortable there. For the 10th show he's brought that dog to. 20 years in LA. If you want to see what 20 years in LA has done to Tom Green. And you know, he's done a lot of things for those years. Whether he got into producing, maybe a bit of writing, all that stuff. Pretty awesome. Glad he made it out alive. I used to punch deer, but you can't catch them anymore. They like disappear at the speed of light. It is ridiculous. You know, there's always never any wood lying on the ground when you're like, you know, I should just shoot the deer. Do you like hunting? Ooh. Multiple, not just a paramedic, more than one. Got the highway that goes to the hospital by me. We get people from remote areas being hauled out here to the main hospital locally. Alaska is a tough place to have a medical emergency. You got a long way to go unless you live close. And most people don't. Yes, we got to get the deer. So, who are you? What world will you make? Not what world will they allow you to make. I made the wrong thing. Master. You can't get mastered arrows. Why can't you get master crafted wood arrows? Because you only have 5 and they'd be a different stack. That'd still be fun. And then you have these, you know, flat trajectory butt darts, right? You go zap deer. Bang. Marr. Mastered. That's what we used to yell at the soldiers. You're in here playing butt darts. Don't run, don't run. Just be calm. It's like a total ankle kill. All right, Johan. Pax Dei. Who are you? Not going to do this dag. You can't get him with bone. Not even a mastered one. I don't think. And I think I know. Why waste? I gotta put a bigger smile on your face, Johan. I just don't want you to look ridiculous. Because you look more like me. Like that. Everybody, thank you for joining me. May the Lord bless you. And Lord bless you. If Christ is about to take your hand, just reach out. What does that mean? You know. Keep your sticks on the ice. Pax Dei is about you. Who will you be in Pax Dei? You are you. You want a tutorial? Ask somebody. Or explore. You want to do it right? There is no right. There isn't a right. And no one's really going to laugh at you in the way you're doing it. You know, someone might say you're doing it the right way to get to a dungeon. Or you're doing it the right way to get to a certain level, whatever. Or to be able to achieve mastery in something. Sure. But right now we aren't limited. Will we be someday? I hope so. Past level 40, it'd be nice to have mastery to be actually a rarefied thing. A true mastery, not just an everybody. Pax Dei needs to have that kind of limit where you can't be what someone else is. We need to erase the equity. Yeah, whatever. You know, we're diverse because we're from different places. Don't push it. And inclusiveness, you got to play. And you got to be a decent person with empathy. You know, inclusiveness, we don't have to include you. They don't have to include me. You can avoid me as much as you want. I don't care. Maybe that's an X-Gen strength. I don't know. See you tomorrow. Oh, if I have a newest, I don't think I'm going to do them live anymore, man. It's going to take forever to get the last newest up, and I recorded it hours ago, and it's not long. So anyway, fun experiment. I like doing them live because you either do it or you don't. And I missed the mic on that one, too. Come on, Johan. Scintillating. Let's get out of here. Gotta do the cool screen. End broadcast.